Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'd love to hear the patter of tiny feet. To my surprise, as I looked in her eyes, she said, I'm gonna buy some sheep. Sheep? I said. Sheep, she said. Gonna buy some sheep.
Well, it's Saturday morning and I've gone out to feed up, and the Belclare shearling ram that we've put in with our wee ewe lambs is lame. So I've done the alternative and put lime down, because we're feeding them silage out in the field, so I've put lime down in that area. So I'm coming up the yard to look for Ivan to see about spraying his feet and if he needs a jag or two of pain relief and antibiotics. So this is the Belclare boy here, and as you can see, he's lame in that far right foot. He's swinging it, so we need to have a wee look. It looks a wee bit swollen too. So anyway, he's nibbled his meal and he mightn't be as compliant now to look at him, but we'll see. Where's my boy? That's a man. Have you had enough? Or do you need more? Do you need more? That's a good boy. And these are two of the ewe lambs that are in the group with the boyo, but they were able to sneak out and just get their own breakfast here. Isn't that right, ladies? Weren't you getting your own breakfast? Yes.
We're just heading down the field now to have check up on the main flock, and this is them here. This is our hired ram on the left here, trying to get his nose in. Barbara's trying to get his nose into the bucket, but the sheep are so rough they'll rugby scrum and push you out, and he's just a wee bit shy off us yet now, but he's coming round very nicely, so he is. But there's a few of the sheep can just knock him out of the bucket, and the reason we're wanting him to get his nose in the bucket is I can sneak in then and just put a bit of rattle marker on his brisket, and the sheep are so intent on getting the meal out of the bucket that they can tumble you. So there's also, we're going to shift the sheep into the next field. There's still plenty of grass in that field they're in, but a wee change is good, and we'll not graze it down to the stump. And they all love to get a change. So they do. So that's them all content. They're away there now. They go for a march round and look out the new territory. And there's all the colours on them. There's only two colours there, yellow and orange. And he's currently got the blue marker on him now. Just about 10 sheep left to cover. And there's always one that's hopeful of getting the last little nibble out of the bucket. Now we're down at Clough at Joseph Wall's, the man that supplies the meal for me, and he's in the yard at Clough here, has been dickied up something amazing. Behind me, as the song says, steeple, sheep wire and posts. So we're just getting a bag or two of meal, but we'll have a wee look around the yard when we're here. You have your gate posts, your feeding troughs, gates, your headstocks for catching cattle in, feed gates over here the boys are lifting, feed troughs and little quad troughs as well. Drainage pipes. Meal hoppers licks, the works. So here we have double bale lifters, single bale lifters, the clamp hands there for not damaging your bales as you lift them. And I've just walked onto the weigh bridge as you go out here. And guess what? I'm 80 kilos. Now you smile when I bring this round. So they've done an amazing job on this huge shop here. Barbara's looking at a generator, would you believe? What sort of woman would be looking for a generator? We're going to get a big box to store stuff in. Well, one will do at the minute. Christmas decorations to big seats to swing in. I fancy that there, but I don't think I'll be getting it.
There we go. No, it's actually a bag of lamb finisher.
Oh, lamb, yeah.
Just those two wee boys. And are you? Is the pack with all of those in it, or do you do?
Them?
Well, how much are they each?
I'll tell you now. You can buy the pack. Oh, it's not going to. The barcode will after.
This is a fabulous place, Christopher.
Yeah, we're just well, nearly there, trying to get it sorted out and finished.
I'm sure you have been flat out.
Yeah, we're busy getting it sorted out.
Yeah, I'm not on it. Yeah, we've made a few purchases, so back to the car.
Have a guess where we are now. So there's Slieve Binnion and North Tor Binnion on the right. So I've just come up the mountainside here and the boys are dagging sheep here, ready for the top ram to go in. And a lovely wee stone walled system here with pens and a wee circular thing here for working and penning your sheep up nicely. Well, this is a handy wee setup for working.
Really handy, really handy. There's nobody has any handier than that there now.
No, that's great.
If you hadn't had it that high, you wouldn't be at it.
You could work on your own nearly there.
That's handy now. But there's something young to take out the gate for it, it really helps. Keep her back good. Go on. Go on.
So we're Scottish blackface sheep here, Lanarkshire.
By the way, my name's Danny, and that's Mark
Danny and Mark
Harrison.
Harrison.
Harrison. Very few of us about.
Yeah.
Few of you know.
Yeah.
Few of you know.
Aye, Harrison's restaurant in Grey Abbey.
Aye, and there's a Harrison. There's a few of our any relations we were sort of having would be sort of down that neck of the woods, Ballygowan.
Yep.
Where rare breed of people up here on their own.
Is this your field that's rough that hasn't been?
That's our field that's rough. The one bush is on. 20 years ago that was all like that. That was all rough. We reclaimed all that.
Yep. So what was the story about your grandfather there?
He bought this here, those 80 acres here.
Yep.
And he went away to England or to America and cleared it, you know.
Yep. And what did it cost him for 80 acres?
I think it's something he must have bought in the 1920s times, 1930s. It was about, I think it was around £550. That's what somebody said. But then my father bought that in 46, 8 acres in a wee house for £500, you know.
There you are. Nice wee granite pillars and gates all matching. So there you are. We better get away on here. Now it's been many's a year since somebody lived in that. So life and times would have been a lot harder when you were living in that wee house. So we just had a little walk up towards Binion there, and we've turned and we're heading back to Glastrey again. Now folks, that about wraps us up for this week's story. But I will be back down again in the Mournes country in about 2 weeks' time. I'm going down to have a chat with a man who builds the stone walls by hand and also with a digger, but we're looking at the agricultural end, I think. I'm not quite sure, I've never met the man before, just phoned him up and he says, aye, come on down. So we're heading down to the Mournes country again, but that'll be in a couple of weeks' time. Next Friday we'll see you with another story. I'm not sure what next Friday is going to be. But anyway, that's us from Sheep and the Shoestring, from Barbara and I. Toodaloo. Look at the autumn colours here, isn't that amazing?
Steeples, sheep wire, posts. Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'm gonna buy some.
Sheep?